Welcome, 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 welcome to the Faceless Podcast, a place where you can speak freely and be unashamed about your story and embrace your truth. We are in episode 30. I cannot believe we made it to 30. Consistency is key. I'm so glad that I have this kind of outlet to speak to y'all and, just talk and chit chat. So, while I do want to talk about Shanquella Robinson, may she rest in peace, I also just want to prelude because it is such a sad story with something positive. And I just want to say to anyone that needs a word of encouragement, or sometimes like you feel like you just don't, right? Every day is not sunshine and rainbows. There's some days where you just don't feel up to it. There's some days where you just don't feel it. I spoke to a friend, a colleague, I should say, yesterday, and she made me laugh because I needed it. And she was talking about how, one of her friends had passed away, and it taught her the meaning of life, and that we think when things happen and frustrate us, we don't kind of look back and see how far we've come. We usually see how far we have to go. And I love that she was just saying how much, she's instilled boundaries into her life and how much she has really started to focus on herself in her older age and, just really prioritizing herself and not settling for less. And it was really motivating to hear because when I think about how frustrated I was frustrated over things that I had prayed for, right? I was irritated and I felt pressure in coming from different areas with different things that I'm succeeding in. So that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, right? It's a good thing to feel pressure. It's a good thing to feel upward so you can learn and grow and be better, right? Because if everything is easy for you, then you're not really being challenged, right? And the thing about it, in order to grow, you have to be challenged. So God has been challenging me in different areas, and it has been tough because I am so used to doing things well and being able to manage so many different things well, where now I'm failing upwards. And what that means is you're getting things wrong. Not that I'm failing completely, but yeah, I'm learning, I'm making mistakes, I'm growing, I'm getting better. It was interesting because in the past I feel like, oh, I'm doing so good. I'm doing good at this is good at this. At this level, I am making mistakes. At this level, I am tired. At this level, it is different. Okay, it's fire. It's giving fire. It's giving walking through the fire with God. It's giving walking through, what you're not certain about things. It's places you've never been, people you've never been around, and the fear that can come with that. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I said all that to say, don't give up. Wherever is going on in your life right now, know that it is a lesson in it. And like I said, this may not be for everybody, but for somebody, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been having a tough time with growing in those growing pains and things that happen to us as we're trying to be better and move forward in life. Don't be afraid to fail upwards. Don't be afraid to make mistakes as you grow. You will learn from them. Okay. So, anyway, that is done. I wanted to talk about Shanquella Robinson today. If you have not heard of who this young lady is, or where she came from, she's a 25-year-old young lady. She went to Baja, Mexico with 6 different friends. She was found dead the next day. It's initial reports did suggest that she died of alcohol poisoning, but investigators began to dive deeper into the case after they seen a violent viral video. So if you have not seen the video, I personally have not watched the video because I can't stomach it. But it is a very crazy video of her being hit on while she's on the ground naked, while her quote unquote friends, we're going to use that loosely, watched. Okay. They arrived on October 28th. A doctor was called to check on her at the vacation rental, so it looked like they were in the Airbnb. And according to Charlotte Observer, the doctor was told that she drank a lot of alcohol. Right at the time, she was allegedly dehydrated, unable to communicate, but vital signs were stable, according to the police report. Now, mind you, this is all happening in Mexico. Just want to keep that in mind while we go through this story. The doctor wanted to bring her to a hospital, but her friends insisted that she remain there. Ambulance was called and she began to have a seizure. No pulse was found. Doctor performed CPR but couldn't heal her, couldn't revive her. Her mother, Salamandra Robinson, told a news station that her daughter's friends called her the next day saying she had died of alcohol poisoning. However, a death certificate listed the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury, y'all. Robinson's parents have since been demanding answers, crying. They've been talking to the news. And her father also said the disturbing video of her changed, it changed the course of the case. Whoever released the video, it definitely changed the course of the case because now they see that she was being beat up on. Early this month, the video began circulating that, according to Robinson's father, his daughter was being brutally beaten. Blows were repeatedly delivered to her head and body, and at one point, can be her saying, "Quella, can you at least fight back?" It was her. The father said she's not a fighter. She didn't believe in drama. She was not raised like that. This is what her father told the New York Times. So who killed her? Mexican prosecutors determined that Robinson died of a direct attack, not an accident. Issued an arrest warrant for a suspect who they believe committed femicide, the killing of a woman because of her gender, and confirmed is a friend of the victims. The FBI has also opened an investigation. Neither agency has identified a suspect, but Mexican authorities have said that she's a U.S. citizen currently in the U.S. and are seeking to extradite her back to Mexico. So this story is very sensitive, and I want to be sensitive to, family, and, you just never know what is going on in these friendships. But this, to me, was this woman's life being taken. I definitely feel like there were some other videos that came out on social media where she was showing her friends all in one room, talking away from her. She couldn't find them. She was looking through the house, and someone releasing the video of her being naked, being beaten up. And, it's really, really such a sad story. Obviously, I didn't know her personally. But I think and feel, that this woman had a lot of potential, and just really seemed like she has such a great future ahead of her. And these friends were not really friends, right? That's basically what I'm getting to from this story. None of them had commented to ABC News. They're posting on social media, just saying things like, "Oh no, this, that, and the third." It looks like they got a call from their daughter's friend saying she died of alcohol poisoning, which was not correct. And they went on their planes as usual. Just so we're clear about what happened afterwards. They said she died. I think they brought her luggage back and then said that, she died of alcohol poisoning, et cetera, et cetera. And thought that they wouldn't be extradited back to Mexico. One of them at this time, there is a search warrant out for her. I'm not sure if they got her already. But this story to me is so sad. It is such a sad story. It is very unfortunate. It is very sad. It's very disgusting. It's very crazy to me when you look at her pictures, what kind of beautiful young lady she was, how she had her own business, her own boutique. She was getting money. You know what I'm saying? So it's so crazy to me that these so-called friends went on this trip with her. To my knowledge, she had $10,000 on her. They stole it. And they ended up, somebody ended up taking her money. Somebody ended up stealing from her. And for me, I just feel like this showed me personally, watch who you're around. That's the biggest lesson. Everybody that's your friend ain't your friend, baby. It ain't it. And I've had betrayals in my life and friendships that really went sour. And I realized when it went sour, I looked back over my friendship and there were always signs that these people were not for me. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the times we try to ignore the signs because we have history with the people and, oh, this is my BFF. We've been friends for 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 3 years. Oh, she was there for me when I didn't have. He was there for me when I didn't have. Because it could be a man too, men, women, whatever. And I realized this story really showed me you can't trust everybody because everybody ain't clapping for you. Everybody ain't happy. And I remember one time, a long time ago, someone said to me, do you know why people you grew up with can't stomach? You know what I'm saying? They can't stomach you, or they can't stomach what you're doing. They can't, like, for some reason, they can't be on board with it. Like, they don't want to see, they can't even really be around you. And for me, I just feel like it's so sad that that she had to go through this. May she rest in peace. She was only 25 years old. Like I said, she had businesses, on her Instagram and stuff like that. You could see that she was well traveled, well taken care of. She wasn't about the drama. She wasn't about the fighting. And my heart feels so heavy for this young lady because honestly, these people did not have her back. And when all the chips fell, they protected themselves. There was even stories going around how they paid off Mexican authorities, how she died, and they tried to come back to the U.S. because they didn't want to be left in Mexico. But somebody released that video. For some reason, whoever released it, they maybe wanted to show that they didn't do it. I don't really know what their motive was, but it partially was to disgrace her. It was to show her in a bad life. It was to expose her. And it's really disgusting that these people could call themselves her friends. It really is sad that she trusted them. I think the mom said she was the one that paid for the trip. They didn't even have the money. And that's the part that is the craziest to me, is that you didn't even, like, she literally was looking out for you. It doesn't mean just because she's passed, it doesn't mean this girl was perfect, but it does really make me think honestly about the people that's around you. And think that she would, die. Wanting to have fun and wanting to, you know, live her life, and to know that all these people that called 6 people all of them decided, hey, this is what we're going to do. It is so sad. It is so unfortunate. It is just crazy that this is where we are, and this is not everybody, but it definitely makes me think um about who you keep around you. And we got to use wisdom when it comes to jealousy and it comes to envy. We have to be so careful about who we share our dreams with and what we choose to do. And it's so funny because I had someone around me, one of my sisters, and she said, you've always been very private. You've always, you never tell people your moves. You've always been that way. And I didn't even know consciously that this was a thing, because I kind of felt like I would tell people too much, or I would tell the wrong people too much and things like that. But I've grown at my age of 33 now. I don't tell anybody anything. Like, I literally keep it so quiet and hush that a lot of the times, and it's for many reasons. It's not just because I'm private. I think there's more to it than that. But I think that some things are not for everybody. I think sometimes you have to be the person that is not around. You can't go everywhere. You can't be around everybody. No, I'm not blaming this young lady. I'm not saying she deserved it, or, she shouldn't have went on her trip or anything like that. But I am saying that it is important that we be careful where we go, who we're around, who we're telling our business and dreams to and aspirations, understanding how powerful jealousy and envy can be. to the point where somebody wants your life. They will like literally try to take your life, take your swag, pull from your anointing, like trying to literally dress like you, talk like you, speak like you, think like you. And God didn't call us to be clones. He called us to be individuals. So for me, with this story, it's a bunch of things that I got from it. One of the first things was watch who you keep around you. Everybody ain't your friend. The second thing definitely was, you know, um, keep your movements to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If they were in a hotel, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe things could have been different. They did go try to do a villa or Airbnb or whatever the case is. So they weren't really monitored like that. There was no security. They had to call a doctor and things like that. The third thing I learned is I ain't finna pay for y'all trip. If y'all can't go, then y'all won't be here. I'll be on a trip by myself. You get what I'm saying? I just truly, 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 truly feel that this story illuminated a lot to me. I started telling even my nieces and friends, like, watch the company you keep. If somebody's jealous of you and they're envious of you and they're following you and they're trying to be like you, or, even if they have an obsession with you, they want to know your business. Oh, where do you live? Where do you go to school? What do you do? Oh, do you like this? Do you like, and it's too much and it seems weird. Keep it to yourself. Because one thing the enemy does is he still kills and destroys. So sometimes people want to steal that from you. They want to steal that joy. They want to steal that happiness. You know what I mean? They want a part of it. They want to take it. And the enemy can use people, unfortunately, to get that job done. So I really, really hope that you guys look up on this story. I really hope that she gets the it's not even I'm trying to get the words out because it's such a sad situation, but I hope that she gets the vindication that she deserves, that the truth is exposed, that things are exposed as to what really happened, maybe videos, cameras, whatever. um and I really pray that we are able to see it clear as day, and that is exposed publicly what happened, and to these other people, hopefully they learn their lesson as well about, friendships and how to treat people you supposedly care about. um you know I definitely am gonna keep watching this story. It's pretty sad. So I try to start with something a little light. But I really do hope that we get to see justice served in this situation. So, be careful, everybody out here, and just use wisdom. Ask Holy Spirit for discernment about who's around you. If it feels off, it is off. Don't question it, or maybe not. Why am I being suspicious of this person? Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's not this. Don't do that. Just go ahead and, you know, just trust your gut with people. Stop trying to explain it away. Oh, maybe they're not jealous. Maybe they're not this. Maybe they're not that. Maybe they are, boo. Go ahead and exit stage left. So I do keep to myself. My circle dang near is me and a couple of people. It ain't even a circle. Okay, it's given two. You know what I mean? Just using wisdom in the future with who's around you, who you allow in your space, and not trust. um don't be so trusting or naive to think that you don't have anything that someone else wants. Okay, so I love y'all. I hope that this, the beginning anyway, it was positive, and I hope that you can learn, just from some of the things I'm saying, and hopefully from her situation you can learn something as well. I love y'all, and I look forward to speaking to y'all soon. Lesby, over and out.